Hello, welcome back to the channel. This is part 13 of Hogwarts Legacy. Thank you for tuning into my series. Last time we did a few quests. We did Ice and Fire, and now we're gonna do these new ones. We also breeded last time too, I think. Let's go talk to Poppy about a dragon. Let's see what's up here. I hope you guys are enjoying the game as much as I am. This game has been great so far. So okay, it's not Hogsmeade. So why is it? Oh, okay. But yeah, let me know if you guys are enjoying the game so far. This game has been great. I'm loving it. I'm enjoying it. Love the story so far.
I can't imagine how inconvenient travel was before I invented flu powder.
Oh, really now? Poppy, where are you? Is it this way now? Hold on. You can camp. No, that's to be Sebastian. Brothers Keepers. Oh, so he was in Hogsmeade. What the heck?
Oh, will there ever be another
Whoa! You see that kid?
He'll see it was a mistake parting ways with me.
What
Over
up,
here.
Poppy?
This is a change of pace from our last outing.
Don't remind me. The thought of that tent still makes my blood boil. I've been thinking about those poor dragons in the fighting ring. The collars they were wearing, they appeared to be goblin silver. I think a collar is precisely what we found at that poacher camp. I've never known poachers to use anything like that before.
The dragon that attacked my carriage was wearing a collar, and Professor Fig was genuinely baffled by its behavior.
That attack always did strike me as a little strange, seemingly coming out of nowhere. Surely you aren't suggesting that the collars somehow control the poor creatures?
Exactly.
Merlin, I don't think the dragon we set free was wearing a collar, but we should check. And if we can find her, we can return her egg.
That's a good idea. We need to see this through.
I'll start looking into it right away. There was something else that I wanted to discuss with you. I didn't want to press it before. It seems I may have caused you more trouble with Victor Rookwood. Why is he after you?
Oh, we did some stuff.
Rookwood is working with Ranrock, and Ranrock is after something I found at Gringotts. Fig had a portkey that led us there after the dragon attack. It's a bit of a long story, and Fig had asked that I not speak of it yet.
Goodness. Well, that certainly helps to shed light on what we saw at the tent. Don't worry, I'll guard your secret as if it were my own. I shan't press for more details. In fact, I should probably be going. I'd like to track that dragon down as soon as I can. I'll let you know when I have news of her location.
Ooh. Oh. No dragon quest right now, so let's move on. Oh, Natty, mom's the word. And that's in Hogwarts, so let's go back. Good. Good thing for fast travel.
I've always said that travel broadens the mind.
So frustrating. You wanted to speak with me, Mother?
I had hoped to speak with you alone, Natsai.
Your message mentioned your concern about an unusual creature that was spotted in the woods near Hogsmeade. That could have been anything.
You know what it was, Natsai.
I am allowed to leave the castle. I am always careful, Mother.
Careful. Officer Singer disagrees. She sent me an owl telling me that you have been trying to collect evidence of some kind against dark wizards. She berated me for not keeping a closer eye on you, and she is right. I do not want you visiting Hogsmeade for the near future.
But Mother!
My little gazelle, you are well-intentioned, but you must not meddle in the affairs of dangerous people.
If someone had meddled in Matabeleland, Father would still be with us.
I must get to class. Perhaps your friend can get you to listen to reason.
So frustrating. She never listens to me.
She called you her little gazelle. Is that a term of endearment where you're from?
It is specific to me. I am the unusual creature in Hogsmeade she mentioned. Self-transfiguration is not taught at Hogwarts, so I am gently discouraged from practicing it. However, I am an animagus, and it is in my gazelle form that I have been able to wander the Highlands rather freely until now, much to my mother's chagrin. That is how I managed to spy on Rookwood and Harlow.
Oh,
Now the nickname makes sense. What an extraordinary ability to have.
It is. I love transforming, but Mother is less enthusiastic about it. She says that no creature, especially one as rare as a gazelle, should be bounding about where poaching has become so prevalent. She claims that she has foreseen tragedy befall me in my gazelle form. But she has used her sight to control me too many times. I no longer believe it.
She's concerned for your safety. It may be best for you to stay away from Hogsmeade for now.
That may be safe, but I do not believe that it would be best. Do you? You could have fled the moment you discovered that Rookwood, Harlow, and Randrock were after you, but you did not. I choose to act as you have. I must deal with Rookwood and Harlow, not hide from them. My mother cannot know where I am all the time. Thank you for being here during that rather awkward conversation.
I mean, sure. I mean, I have better things to do. Oh. But let's press on. Let's see here. Now we're gonna do speak for Amit. Okay. Fellow Ravenclaw.
Off on another adventure, are we?
Sure am. Alright. This way.
Revelio.
Any secrets?
Anne is getting worse. If there is any chance that the relic from Slytherin's spellbook can help her, I must find it. I'm requesting your help. Meet me outside of Feldcroft, near the Catacomb.
Why study in the common room when you can be outside in the front door?
So Sebastian needs our help. Let's go take care of this quest first. It's a long ass walk. Should have just fast traveled. But I'm pretty sure you guys would like to see the whole castle too as well, so. We're almost there.
Everyone knows you can't conjure food.
Revelio.
Do you
Aha.
find yourself thinking certain ways?
A mirror.
Some are much better.
Don't believe I'm. Oh no, yes I have. Yo,
Hello
Amit.
there. Hello, Amit. Do I recall you saying that you speak gobbledygook?
I did. I mean, I do. Speak it. Is this to do with the goblin I saw you with in Hogsmeade?
It is. His name is Lodgok. We could use your help with something. He's waiting for me near a goblin mine. Would you be willing to help?
Of course. How exciting. I mean, well, might this be dangerous?
I think he simply wants to show me something that involves gobbledygook. If it helps, he's a friend of Sirona's.
Good to hear. Good to hear. If Sirona trusts him, then I feel much better.
Lodgok is waiting. Shall we go?
Of course. I just want to check the pronunciation of a couple of key terms first. So I will meet you there.
Revelio.
Sweet. Alright, well, I'll meet there. But this time, we're gonna fast travel. All the way down there, so we'll... Oh.
Wonder who lives here.
Alright, so let's write the bird.
Let's see what's up your sleeve this time, Merlin. This place has seen better days.
We are here.
No need to race now, my friend.
Let me get this fast travel real quick.
You can't imagine how inconvenient travel was before I invented flu powder.
Ooh.
some promising news about the location of our Hebridean dragon and where to return her you-know-what. Meet me in the town circle in Hogsmeade.
Ooh, dragon egg. We got a lot of quests today.
A friend who speaks gobbledygook is meeting us. Before he arrives, perhaps you could tell me why we're here?
Of course. Unfortunately, presenting Ranrock with the Helmet of Urtkot did not have the effect I'd hoped. Because he knew the details surrounding its plunder, he presumed I'd had help from a witch or wizard in retrieving it.
How else did he expect Goblinkind to get the helmet back? Seems he has no interest in making amends with you.
I'm afraid we do not have the luxury of rational expectation when it comes to Ranrock. Damn Bragbor and his blasted journals.
Bragbor?
An ancestor of Ranrock's, renowned metalworker. If we are to work together, I suppose I must tell you more. Not long ago, Ranrock sent me to collect a recently unearthed set of Bragbor's journals. They described repositories that Bragbor had been commissioned to build for a group of witches and wizards.
What do you mean, repositories?
Large, magically fortified receptacles crafted from goblin metal. Ranrock recruited others to help me locate the repositories. We were to search anywhere that was connected to 5 names mentioned in the journals: Rackham, Fitzgerald, Bakar, Morganach, and Rookwood.
Rookwood Castle.
That is where we began our search.
Why does Ranrock care so much about these repositories?
He cares about what they contain. For centuries, wizards have refused to share their magical knowledge with goblins. Your kind will not even let us carry wands. Thus, many goblins, myself included, have spent our lives mistrusting wizard kind. Ranrock was convinced that the repositories contained a magical power that wizards wanted to keep for themselves. He is determined to take it for goblin kind. But
Here comes my friend Amit. Probably best to continue our conversation later.
Greetings, Lord Gok. It is an honor, sir.
You speak gobbledygook.
Oh, Bacalio.
Enough. Please do not tell me that was meant to be gobbledygook.
Yes.
What the
Perhaps
heck?
my pronunciation was a bit off. I imagine certain dialects differ.
Pronunciation is not the issue. I barely recognize that as language. I trust you can read gobbledygook better than you can speak it?
I can, Sir Lord Gok.
What the heck was that?
Just Lord Gok. Thankfully, we only need someone who can decipher written plans, since I cannot join you in the mine.
What written plans? And why can't you come with us?
We need some idea of what Ranrock knows or is plotting. I suspect a careless loyalist may have left plans behind. And I'm unable to join you because I cannot risk anyone reporting my presence to Ranrock. All you need to do is not be seen. Either by the eye above the enchanted door, or a loitering loyalist.
Ooh, okay.
Amit and I can do this.
I will await your return.
So
I shall see
mission.
you soon.
So we gotta sneak our way in. Where's the ninja? Get these eggs. So there. Oh.
The door is looking at us.
Clever.
Ooh, okay. Different mechanics.
Books so rarely prepare one for reality. A real goblin mine. It's even grander than I had expected.
So since we're gonna be doing that, let me switch up some stuff. Do that. Yeah, let's do that.
Lumos,
I cannot believe I met a goblin.
Let's just learn what we can and get out.
Look at this lift. Impressive workmanship for so simple a device.
Impressive workmanship aside, it's the only way forward. Incendio! Revelio!
I still can't believe we're inside a real goblin mine.
Accio!
What does that
Revelio!
I did something. Okay.
I've read about mines like this, but seeing one is
Accio.
something else altogether.
Revelio!
Hi.
Armit, you'll need to stay close to me. I've dealt with worse enemies than these.
One of the best meals I've ever eaten.
Oh heck, we can fight these guys.
Accio! Incendio! Defendo! Bombarda!
Find him!
Accio! Defendo! Descendo!
That was a little more than I'm used to.
Get us through here safely, Armit. You have my word. Revelio!
Safely? I don't know about safely, but sure.
Accio! Watched by a door.
Okay, let's go up here. Oh, we can't go there.
Right. Don't wish to be seen, do we?
We won't get through as long as we can be seen by that eye. Revelio. Bombard.
I feel like a character from one of the adventure books I read during the summer holidays.
Revelio. Let's take a look around, Armit. See if we can find any plans.
There must be more notes around here. What could they be building?
Stop. Okay.
Revelio.
I'll be quiet.
But I won't be.
Bombarda.
I won't let.
Revelio.
That's the last loyalist. Unfortunate, really. I'd imagine most goblins to be brilliant and kind. Fascinating to see gobbledygook written in a goblin hand. The flourishes are extraordinary. Let me know if you see any more plans or schematics. We can't return to Lodgok empty-headed.
Empty-handed.
Revelio.
Okay.
If I'm translating this correctly, and I think that I am, they're building something rather large. But what? I will get to the bottom of what they've been building down here.
Reminds me of the time I nearly fell out of a cart at Gringotts. I was only young, mind. Well, not like I'd fall out now. Lucky if I fit in one now.
Ouch.
Accio, incendio. Bombomax.
You almost had a lucky shot!
Defendo. Prego. Accio. Incendio. Don't stop me. Accio. Incendio. Defendo. Bombarda.
Oh my goodness! What's going on?
Rather unwise.
Oh, I dodged that.
Just you wait till I'm on solid That was meant for me.
Glacier. Incendio. Defendo. Oh, this really is too much.
Stay close. I've handled much worse.
Another boiler. This place is more complex than I had
Rebellion.
expected.
Ooh, I got my ass whooped.
Another schematic. What are they going to build? This mine is too small for whatever it is. Incendio. Accio. Rebellion. Incendio. Accio. Wingardium Leviosa. Revelio.
School uniform, chase. Ooh. Alright. Got something. Nothing here. Stuff over there.
Revelio. Accio.
Moonstone.
Revelio.
The wizards will have no choice but to submit to it.
Who's there?
Accio. Bombarda. Defender. Accio.
You won't get away.
Oh. Oh, come on now, buddy.
Expelliarmus! Expelliarmus!
Teleport?
Confringo! Bombarda! Defender! Accio! Incendio! Bombarda!
Let's get this over.
Accio!
You can't stop us.
Incendio! Defender!
Spells glance off of me.
Accio!
Pity, not quite.
Glacier!
Enough. Losing your stride. Was that your best?
Defender!
Not quite.
Glacier!
Get away with that.
Descender! Accio! Descender!
Many of them are there.
That should be the last of them, Amit.
Oh, you were stuck over there. No wonder. I was like, where's my support?
Revelio!
Okay, so that way.
Yes, of course.
Is it not on? Is it on? We'll press on. Aha.
Incendio!
Chest.
This is not good. They're building enormous drills, bigger than this mine could contain.
Let's get out of here and tell Lodcock what we found. There must be a quicker way out of here than retracing our steps.
To the tunnel we go. No. Okay.
Revelio!
Aha. Bye, me.
I need a moment to catch my breath. This was more than I bargained for.
I'm glad you came with me, Amit. Now that we know what they're up to, we can get out of here.
I don't know, buddy. You were kind of useless, man.
Revelio!
Ooh.
We're almost out of here, Amit. Look, the lift.
A welcome sight indeed.
We'll come back to that. So what's up here? Door.
Aloha Mora.
Hey, let's go.
Revelio.
Is that it? Good. Rawr.
Can we please talk about what...
That wasn't so bad, was it?
It was. It really was. I'm afraid I've had enough adventure for one day. For a lifetime, perhaps.
Thank you, Amit. I couldn't have done it without you. Now, if you don't mind, I'd like to have a word with Lodgok.
Understood? I'll leave you to it. Your goblin secrets are safe with me, but I get to write the book about this escapade someday. Without further ado, adieu.
They're building enormous drills. We found their plans. Ranrock must be searching for the repositories.
I fear you are correct. Other than Rookwood Castle, however, I do not know where else he plans to search.
I've been wondering about something else you said before we entered the mine.
Yes?
If you share Ranrock's views, then why are you helping me?
I expected Rookwood Castle to be deserted when I arrived to begin my search. So was surprised to find a witch there who had set up a sort of improvised research site. She was studying something so intently that she almost didn't notice me. When she looked up, I thought she would react with fear or disdain. But instead she did something that I will never forget. Without a moment's hesitation, she smiled and asked me to sit with her. She told me that she was a researcher and showed me a small, oddly shaped container with a strange symbol on it. She was certain it was made of goblin metal, but was unable to open it. She wanted to work together.
Miriam.
Yes. But how did you...
Professor Fig's wife. He told me of her research, and I know of the container.
Ah. The reverence with which she talked of goblins and their intelligence and skill, it caught me entirely off guard. I'd never been treated with such respect by a witch or wizard. So, to my surprise, I let her study the container if she would allow me to search the castle on my own. We parted ways, with her promising to share what she'd learned. More of Ranrock's recruits arrived, and we began to dig, eventually locating the first repository. Ranrock was thrilled with our discovery, but furious when I told him about Miriam. Berated me for trusting a witch, and I heard she had been killed.
You think Ranrock murdered her?
I don't want to believe it, but I don't know. After that, something shifted in me. I had seen how the power from the repositories was transforming Ranrock, transforming all of them. I could no longer remain a part of it.
Thank you, Lodgok, for telling me this.
I tell you all of this so that you understand what is at stake. Ranrock never found all of Bragbor's journals, but the ones he did find suggest that Bragbor at some point built a repository far greater in size than the one beneath Rookwood Castle. What you've discovered here today worries me deeply. If Ranrock learns of the location of that repository, I fear we shall be destined for a great war. I will find out what Ranrock knows. Watch for my owl.
Oh, damn. Guess we're going to war. So before we do in the shadow of the mine, let's go talk to Poppy. Before we do that, let's here. Sweet. 2,000. Damn, we are far. Yeah, we are way far. But let's head here first. Let's get this fast travel, and then we'll travel to Hogsmeade.
I've always said that travel broadens the mind.
What is it? What's wrong?
Goblins, that's what. Ranrock's lot. Nasty creatures. Ambushed me, they did. Nothing's safe anymore. I need a little something. Something to protect me if I run into them again. Maxima potion, that would do it.
You're right, the world's not safe at the moment. It's best to take precautions. Here, use it wisely.
Oh, I will. You can be sure of that. Ranrock's lot won't take me down. And I've you to thank. Please, accept this gift in exchange for your help.
Okay. Let's go to Hogsmeade. Let's do this dragon quest.
Does it get any more cozy than Hogsmeade? I didn't keep you waiting, did I?
Not at all. I was just at the post office. Gran told me to expect a package, but it looks as if she forgot to send it. She didn't send me an owl this week either. Perhaps she's busy with her research.
What did you find out about the dragon you were tracking?
I realized that she didn't know the poachers had her egg, so when she left Horntail Hall, she would have headed straight to her nest. I went back to the tent and tracked her flight.
Well done. You certainly know what you're doing.
I can't be certain, but I have an idea of one place she may have been heading. I thought we might go and see it for ourselves.
Of course. Shall we leave now?
If that's all right. I want to see how she's faring if she had a collar on. And she's likely frantic about her egg. Here we are. I do think this is where we'll find her. The terrain's typical of where the breed would nest. I suspect it's how the poachers found her to begin with. They likely camped here and logged her patterns. Perhaps nabbed her first and then her egg. Dragons are hard enough to wrangle, let alone maternal ones.
You got all of that from simply standing here?
You'd be surprised how easy it is to think like a poacher. Shall we see if she's home? We only need to return her egg.
That sounds straightforward enough.
We should be in and out. Then we can be finished with the poachers once and for all.
Well then, let's find our dragon and return her egg.
Wonderful. If she sees us flying about, she might take it as a sign of aggression or food. We should stay on foot.
Damn, I was gonna
and
fly.
one more thing. Let's not agitate her. Goodness knows she's been through enough already. I'm ready when you are.
Okay. What the fuck?
There she is, above us. She did make it home safely. Oh, good.
Oh,
it looks as if she wasn't collared like the other dragons.
So fucked.
Poor thing must be worried sick, wondering what happened to her egg.
Well, these people weren't so lucky.
Revelio. For what it's worth, she doesn't seem to have spotted us yet.
Let's hope it stays that way. At least until we've done
did
what
I
we
mess
came
up?
to do.
Shoot. Wolves.
Accio. Incendio.
I wonder how many they brought to capture her.
Revelio.
At least 10 usually.
Dragon head. Yes.
There she is again.
She's breathtaking.
From a distance. Revelio.
I see the bridge
Reparo.
was E. Fantastic.
I knew what I was doing. Easy peasy. Just another day of being a master wizard.
I wonder how good her eyesight is.
I beg your pardon.
I don't imagine the poachers fed her well. And from a distance, we probably look exactly like sheep to her. Hebrideans love sheep.
How lucky for us. Revelio. Watch your step. Or just raring for a fight. Revelio.
Well, there's no turning back
Wait there. I'll run ahead.
now. Over here! Whenever you're ready, I'll follow your lead.
I'll draw her attention. Follow when it's safe.
Watch out! It's her domain. She'll make sure.
Booyah.
Keep at it. We've just got to make it to the nest.
Well,
Not a warm welcome.
It's a little too warm, if you ask me. I don't suppose she listened to
just
reason.
keep running.
I'd normally
Just
try,
keep
but
running. Ugh.
get to that opening below her. If we can get to that entrance, we can get to the nest. She's leaving! Quickly!
Brilliant.
Revelio.
We're almost there. Why is every bridge here broken?
Reparo.
Now, if we just return her egg, we can hopefully make it out without too much fuss.
Woo!
That was brilliant! And did you see how clever? She left us perfectly unharmed.
Creatures are a lot cleverer than most people realize.
That's what Gran always says. The important thing is that we survived it, and we returned her egg. Thank you for doing this with me. Wouldn't blame you one bit if you wanted to head back to the castle and never think about dragons again.
Shall we head back? I'm ready if you are.
I am. After our dragon rescue at Horndale Hall, I half expect to be ambushed by poachers any time I'm not in the castle.
Understandable. We did sabotage their fighting ring and steal a dragon egg from them.
True. So why haven't they come after us? It's not like them to let things lie. Unless
what?
Unless they haven't let things lie. Oh no, I can't believe I didn't see it. We need to leave. I need to send an owl.
Uh-oh. Seems like we gotta fight our way out. Maybe not, we'll see.
How could I have been so blind?
Oh. All right. All right, let's go meet Sebastian. Oop. Map. Let's see. World map. Catacombs, huh?
Such arrogance. Up for a bit of dying, are we? What am I doing here? This patrol is worthless.
They got a lot of people here. What the heck?
Off on another.
Looks rather dark in there. Never stop.
You're here. Good.
Sebastian, that relic you mentioned,
I believe one of Slytherin's students stumbled upon the relic during an assignment to study sarcophagi in this catacomb. From what I read in a report by the student, they weren't permitted to take it with them, so I must assume it's still here. As I mentioned earlier, this relic grants its holder the power to reverse dark magic curses. If it's in this catacomb, I have to find it. For Anne. I need to see her.
I'm ready to explore the catacomb. Perhaps we can visit Anne when we've finished.
Perfect. By the way, Ominous has been asking about you. You didn't tell him what we were doing, did you?
I didn't. I promise.
Good. Ominous would be livid if he knew what we were about to do.
You're a bad friend, bro.
I'll be interested to compare what lies inside to what I've read about this catacomb.
Catacombs is gonna be zombies and skeletons.
I'm sure that foul smell is the scent of success. Try not to lose your nerve just yet.
Revelio.
Infringo.
Accio. Incendio. Defendo. Bombada. Accio. At least now we know we're not alone in here.
Perhaps that was it. The rest of the tomb will be insect-free.
Yeah, spiders aren't insects.
Don't start.
Accio.
We're here for a reason. I'd say opening them all is justified.
Wingardium Leviosa. Confringo.
This room is taller than it looks.
Accio. Accio. Wingardium Leviosa.
Finding a chest in an inconspicuous loft. Brilliant.
I know I am. I'm brilliant.
Revelio. Accio. Bombada. Defender. Revelio.
We've rid the world of another spider. I shall sleep better.
Incendio. Accio. Repulso. Revelio.
Watch your step. I nearly slipped there.
Accio. Incendio. Defender. Bombada. Accio. Incendio. Potato. Stupid one. Accio. Incendio. Defender. Revelio.
All this grass. It no longer feels like a tomb. I've read about catacombs that underwent expansion efforts and ran into problems.
Incendio.
Often cave-ins.
And then were abandoned.
Exactly. We'll be fine, though. Now this is the sort of great room I want to be buried in.
Surrounded by grandeur.
Grandeur and then some. Even an altar with a pile of bones. Lovely.
Bones outside a sarcophagus. Seems odd. Accio. Revelio. Accio. Wingardium Leviosa. There's something here by the altar.
Before no one's looking, I plan to return it first. Okay.
What did you find?
Accio.
Nope.
Repulsor. We're in a tomb. I assume eerie sounds come with the territory.
Accio. Wingardium Leviosa. Revelio.
Looks like part of a student's diary. It mentions plans to return for the relic and conjuring barricades using bones.
Of course. The student's summary referenced a space beyond the Great Room, which means this can't be a dead end. I have the report if you want to have a look. Let's divide and conquer. You work on sorting out the bone barricades. I'll look around and see what we missed. Hold on to that diary entry. There may be more to it.
It does mention something else. It says their next assignment was learning the Imperius Curse.
Really? Interesting. We need to focus on moving beyond this room. But let me think for a moment.
Of course. I'll start to search for those barricades.
Brilliant. There's more to this than even I imagined. Look, bones stacked oddly on either side of this archway.
Leave no stone unturned. Or in this case, no bone.
Revelio. Accio. Wingardium Leviosa. Accio. Wingardium Leviosa. Revelio.
Oh, there it is.
Accio. Wingardium Leviosa.
You've done it! I knew we'd get through. I felt it in my bones.
Nice.
Before we trudge on further, I've just realized something. The student's diary mentions the Imperius Curse. I wouldn't be surprised if we're going to need it here. It's an unforgivable, but useful when you're outnumbered. Places the victim completely under the caster's control. So, if you'd like to learn Imperio, I can teach you.
It's probably wise to know the spell.
I couldn't agree more. A spell that could save your life shouldn't be unforgivable. You have a lot at stake. You have an ability that evidently no one's seen for centuries. Focus your wand movement. It's not an easy spell to master.
Hey, let's go.
Here we go. Something troubling ahead. Be on your guard.
Revelio. Imperial. Stupid. Expelliarmus. Fringo. Levioso. Defender. Defender. Incendio. Revelio.
Okay.
Another barricade.
Revelio.
Considering how well you did on the last one, this should be a cinch.
How gracious of you.
I try.
Incendio.
We've faced before. Now we're also dealing with rune symbols.
Accio. Incendio. Defender. Bombarda. Infringo.
Accio! Incendio!
Never knew spiders could make such a mess.
Bit dramatic, isn't it? Incendio! Revelio! Accio! Revelio! Incendio!
Chess.
Revelio!
This catacomb has suffered decay, just as the student summary described.
I doubt anyone's been here in quite some time.
Legendary, let's go.
Perhaps we need to pull the handles in the order of the symbols on the tablets.
Incendio!
Alright.
Accio! Wingardium Leviosa! Accio! Revelio! Accio! Revelio!
Oh, okay, so that one.
Accio!
This one. That one.
That worked.
That one.
Keep going. Wingardium Leviosa! Accio!
That one and this one. Nothing. So this one and this one.
Wingardium Leviosa! Revelio!
You are head and shoulders above these bones. Nicely done.
Oh, wrong one. This one. My chest. Right, nice.
I see why
Revelio.
Slytherin's student was so entranced with this place.
Accio! Incendio! Defendo! Bombarda!
Confringo!
Accio! Incendio! Incendio! Defendo! Bombarda! Accio! Incendio! Accio! Incendio! Defendo! Bombarda! Expelliarmus! Confringo! Defendo! Imperio! Convulso! Glacius! Descendo! For a moment there, I thought that'd never end. Revelio. Incendio.
Dead end. Lovely. All that for nothing.
Hold on. Don't give up yet. Revelio.
So now remove the relic.
Sebastian! The relic! Look! Could it be? The note and rendition of the relic. It matches. This must be where the student left the relic.
I can't believe it. After all this, it lines up. We've really found it.
What do you suppose is meant by the dark sacrifice required to realize the relic's potential?
I have no idea. But we're here for the relic.
The note advises to leave the relic alone.
I assure you, we were meant to find this. For Anne's sake. I'm taking it. Let's get to Feldcroft. I must keep this relic secret. Especially from my uncle.
Oh snap! I told you, ominous is right here.
Is that... ominous? Ominous! The sounds we kept hearing. It was you.
You gave me no choice. I had to follow you. Sebastian, please, leave the relic alone. We can find another way to help Anne.
I'm sorry, Ominous, but I'm taking it.
No, you're not. If you won't put it back, then I will.
Hold on, both of you. Sebastian, please, take a step back.
Fine, but Ominous knows. I won't step back from a fight.
Can't believe this.
How much did you hear?
Everything. I was glad to hear you tell Sebastian to leave the relic. We need to stand together. Convince Sebastian this is wrong.
And if nothing will change his mind?
Something has to. I need your help.
You're right. This seems far riskier than Sebastian realizes.
Good. We're agreed. We don't allow him to leave here with the relic.
I do think we should talk to him, but I fear we won't stop him from taking the relic.
What are you suggesting?
I'm suggesting we negotiate. We allow Sebastian to leave with the relic under one condition. After this, no more.
I feel that's what we agreed to in the scriptorium. I'm being taken for a fool.
You're not, Ominous. This may be the only way to keep your friendship intact. Let's trust him to know what's best.
Fine. If I trust him on this, I'm trusting you too. The dark arts seem harmless until it's too late. Go then. Leave with the relic. I'll not say a word more.
Ooh, look at
I hope
that.
I don't regret this.
Sebastian, we're ready.
What is it? I haven't changed my mind.
Ominous has. Let's go.
What?
You ever watch Naruto
Ominous?
and his talk no
I'll
jutsu?
explain on the way. Come on.
Talk no jutsu always work.
Revelio.
Oh, which way's out? This way.
Well, what happened back there?
Ominous and I found a compromise.
Ominous simply needs a moment with you and he'll change his mind. Is that it?
I told him we ought to give you this chance, that the relic is too important to ignore.
There has to be more to it than that. Tell me.
We agreed on what was needed, Sebastian. You have my word. Revelio.
I never wanted to keep all this from Ominous. He just doesn't understand. And I did want to worry him all over again.
Well, you sure did.
As we were leaving, Ominous wouldn't even acknowledge me. That's not like him.
He was troubled, Sebastian. Even though we agreed to it all, it's been a lot to take in.
I thought he understood. He knew we couldn't give up. All of this is too important. For Anne.
Oh, still can't fly. Come on. You want us to walk all the way?
When we get to Feldcroft, I'd rather Anne not know what had to be done to get this relic. She thinks like ominous. It'd only upset her.
Okay then.
If only I could get my hands on Fig or that.
Oh no, this isn't good.
What is it?
Oh shit.
Look, over there, by the hamlet. Feldcroft's in trouble. They're under attack.
Let's hurry.
We got your back. We coming, bro. We all.
Accio. Accio.
Creep out of all three!
Rather unwise. Let's get this.
Accio.
I work best.
You're not still here.
Be careful! Mine!
Got them. Accio.
Stop provoking them!
Diego.
Ringo! I shall have let you! Do that! Keep out the way!
Accio. Incendio. Accio. Incendio.
Ooh, let's go. Ooh, Sebastian, you a bad man? Damn.
Boy! What have you done?
Saved my sister.
With an unforgivable curse. From that damned book, no doubt. Your father would be ashamed. You've gone too far, Sebastian. Stay away from her. From all of us.
Damn.
What did my uncle expect me to do? The Imperious curse saved Anne's life. That goblin was going to kill her.
You did what you had to do.
If I have to keep proving that to my uncle, I will. He cannot banish me from my own home. From my sister.
It might be best to let him calm down a while. May I speak to him? Perhaps I can help to ease the tension a bit.
You may be right. Very well. Probably best if I get away from here for a while. I'll head back to Hogwarts.
I gotta quit being Captain Save-A-Hole, man. I'm saving everybody.
Revelio.
Ooh, but look at this money. Ooh, a piece of candy. Ooh, a piece of candy. Sir? Where did you go?
What was he thinking?
Pardon me, Mr. Sallow.
What Sebastian did was inexcusable. You cannot possibly be about to defend him.
Sebastian and I have encountered Ranrock's loyalists before. That goblin would have killed Anne.
This family does not resort to using dark magic even against our enemies. What Sebastian did cannot be undone. That you are defending Sebastian's behavior at all tells me everything I need to know. You are as guilty as he is. Sebastian is to come nowhere near Feldcroft, nowhere near Anne,
Unforgivable curses are so named for a reason. If I hear that either of you continues down this path, if either of you uses dark magic, I will notify the headmaster immediately. Why, Sebastian?
Ew, man. Dude was just trying to save his sister. What would y'all do?
Hello, Hamora.
What do we have here? Revelio.
I see chess. What's all that hissing stuff? Is that chess? The speed. Ooh, new wand, Ando. Are you back from your shop now?
Not sure how I'd fare in a little place like this.
Nope. Okay. Speak with Sebastian. Speak to Undercroft. Okay. Hogwarts map.
You can't imagine how inconvenient travel was before I invented flu powder.
Did you speak with my uncle?
I wish I had better news about your uncle and Anne.
Well, what did he say?
I'm afraid he wants you nowhere near Feldcroft. Nor Anne.
I had to stop that goblin from killing my sister. He had no right to banish me from my own twin. If he thinks banishing me means I'm going to give up on Anne, he's sorely mistaken.
He also said he cannot excuse the use of dark magic in any form, and that if he hears of either of us using it, he'll go straight to Professor Black.
Huh? That relic, dark magic or not, is the key to saving Anne. To reverse that curse. I will not lose Anne for good. I should send the crest to Anne. She'll know that we need to meet.
I'm afraid I don't follow.
Nothing, just a thought. Now I'm more determined than ever to learn what power that relic has.
I shall wait to hear from you then.
Thank you. I very much appreciate you standing by me through all of this. I'll send you an owl when I have news.
Oh, damn. Okay. Let's do In the Shadow of the Mine. World map. Let's go meet Sebastian. Oh, I should have checked my new gear and stuff first.
I've always said that travel broadens the mind.
It's like a place right out of a...
Bardo Beaumont should have returned by now. Had my dark
Ranrock's loyalists are a menace. What can be done?
I couldn't help but overhear. Did you mention Ranrock's loyalists?
I did. Never imagined they'd act this deadly. I'm Claire Beaumont, by the way.
Nice to meet you.
Ranrock and his followers have set up camp here. No regard for our beloved hamlet or our livelihoods. Ruthless. My brother Bardolph dared to stand up to them and ended up in St. Mungo's. I'm simply at my wit's end.
I'm unfortunately quite familiar with Ranrock's loyalists. Perhaps I can do something.
Much as I would love to be rid of them, I wouldn't want you to risk injury, or worse. Please be cautious. We should not have to live in fear. This is our home.
Has the situation with Ranrock's loyalists improved?
I'm afraid not. I fear my brother is...
It seems as though things are getting worse. Best be on my guard.
Let's go clear these two spots real quick.
How nice of you to stop by. Over here!
Accio! Bombarder! Accio!
Such arrogance!
Defender! Bombarder!
You will suffer.
Accio!
I won't rest until you're dead.
Accio! Bombarder! Stupid one! Compulsor! Glacius! You've one less follower, Ranrock. One camp down, one more to go.
Enjoy suffering, do you?
Imperial!
That's the student who released oaths.
Leviosa! Confringo!
It's the student from the town.
Accio! Incendies! Defender! Confringo! Stupid one!
I won't.
Bombarder!
Give
Accio!
It's how nice of you to stop by. Correct, come in here. Stop it!
Accio! Bombarder!
I won't rest until...
Accio! Bombarder! Expelliarmus! Confringo! Both
Yeah,
camps
that's
cleared.
how you
Madam
take out
Beaumont
trash.
will be glad to hear that. Seems a pleasant enough little place.
I do miss the bustle of business.
Hello, Madam Beaumont. Good news. I was able to clear out Ranrock's camps.
You cleared them out? How?
I managed to catch them off guard.
When my brother returns, this news will mean the world to him. You saved our hamlet, my young friend. This will not
What's
be
my
forgotten.
reward?
I fear for other hamlets, truly. Ranrock and his lot are unlike any goblins I've ever seen.
What do you have for sale?
What are you looking for exactly? Thank you. Sincerely. Marvellous. I could always use more of these.
I just need to sell some stuff. That's all, lady.
Thank you for passing through.
Yep. You got it. It's Sebastian. You're over here.
I thought my owl might pique your interest.
I came as soon as I could.
I'd been so preoccupied by all that happened with Ominis and the catacomb, not to mention my uncle's reaction, that I'd almost forgotten what it was that struck me about that triptych. This is the view painted on the canvas that was left on it.
That's incredible. You know this area well.
And while I was waiting for you, I scouted around and discovered an abandoned mine nearby, surrounded by Ranrock's loyalists.
Do you think there's a connection to the triptych?
I've no idea, but perhaps they're searching it, the way they did Rookwood Castle and Isidora's Manor. How do we want to handle this?
You already know.
We need to see what they're doing. I say we take them head on. Let's bury some enemies.
Very well.
Hell
And
yeah.
I still have that rune symbol we found on the triptych. If there is a connection, I suspect we'll see that symbol again.
After you.
Okay, I guess we're walking all the way. Hold on, did I level up? Nope. Okay.
There they are up ahead.
I'll let you lead.
We'll reclaim what is rightfully ours. No one enters this mine. Kill anyone who tries.
Ranrock's loyalists are out for blood.
What was that?
Not quiet enough. That was meant for me. I've been fighting since before you were born. Crazy. Much too slow.
Accio!
Defendo. Guavada.
Accio! All of Ranrock's loyalists deserve the same fate.
Revelio.
Nice work. This is going well.
We make a good team.
We do at that.
Once again, we could fight our way through or be discreet.
You know which one I'd choose.
Ah, but if you don't fill up so much, you can actually go further. It's over here. Impressed?
Accio! Incendio! Bombarda! Accio! Incendio! Bombarda!
You won't get away with that.
Accio! Incendio! Defendo!
I won't rest.
Hey.
And the fun is over.
Fun is a relative term.
It is. And that was relatively fun.
Venom 1. Good. Ooh, eggs.
For better or for worse, we're in.
I'm
Revenge.
Only 2?
How nice of this is.
This mine looks like a tomb.
It was closed after accidents were reported. Now I see why.
Tossed him off the cliff.
Revelio.
What's that? Not you.
Defendo. Accio. Incendio.
Back for the fender.
Accio.
Incendio!
How many Ranrock's loyalists are in here?
Too many. They definitely think there's something here they want.
Footage equipment shop. Nice.
Accio!
Guardium Leviosa!
That ledge is awfully high. Any ideas?
Already got it, buddy.
It's no wonder spiders give people goosebumps.
Could be the hairy legs, or the soulless eyes, or the venomous
Revelio.
fangs, or any number of endearing qualities, really.
Smashing.
Should have thought to conjure stairs.
Incendio! Reparo.
Ooh.
Accio. Incendio. Finger. Bombarda. Rodrigo. Accio. Incendio.
Burn.
We've rid the world of another spider.
Revelio.
I shall sleep better tonight. We're making quick work of them.
Professor Hecat would be proud.
She would at that. Ranrock's loyalists have all but declared war.
Lumos.
Nice. Finally stuff for the chamber requirements. Ooh.
Lumos. Lumos.
Spiders.
Accio. Incendio. Window.
Well, not today.
We've still not seen a single rune symbol.
I think we're going to be a bit distracted from runes for a moment.
An unwelcome
We have another fight on our hands.
Why am I not surprised?
Accio! Incendio! Window! Bombarda!
I won't rest till you're dead.
Accio!
You call that spellcast?
Descendo! Accio!
Better. Best
Accio! Incendio!
You're weak, human.
Descendo! Expelliarmus! Leviosa! Defender! Incendio! Bombarda!
We certainly cleared the
Revelio! You're not a bad chap. For a Slytherin.
For a Ravenclaw, you certainly have a lot to learn.
Ravenclaw's all the way.
Accio. Wingardium Leviosa. Incendium.
We can have a look around.
Rebellion.
Peace. A rune symbol above the cavern door.
Ranrock's loyalists never knew to look for it. Incendio!
Wasn't expecting that.
Revelio.
What do you have there?
A germ? Sebastian, I think I found some.
Hopefully it will help us
Canvas
unravel more of this mystery. Brilliant. Our efforts weren't in vain after all. Still, something about this place feels odd.
If the triptych led us here to find this bit of canvas, we can probably assume that Isadora Morganach was here.
She seems to have been everywhere.
But if she was using the Undercroft, and the cellar beneath her manor in Feldcroft, why would she create this space?
And why hide it behind cryptic rune symbols? And ancient magic that no one but you could see?
Isadora and Percival Rackham, another of the Keepers, could see traces of ancient magic too.
Rackham? I haven't heard his name before.
Here's are some of the memories I've seen. I don't think he and Isadora saw eye to eye on how this magic should be used.
This is all rather baffling. Let's take the canvas back to the triptych. Perhaps the answers are there. This place is odd, to be sure, but I'm fascinated by it. Now, for the trek back out of here and to Hogwarts.
Unless we can find another...
Already did.
And now for the moment of truth.
It has to fit. Please tell me you recognize the location in this bit of canvas.
The good news is I do, in fact.
And the bad news?
We're in for more trouble. I know that coast. Ranrock has taken over a huge mine in the surrounding area. Mornweem has suffered for it. It's as bad as Feldcroft's become. Should we head there now?
We should wait.
Why?
All this time, we've been a step behind Ranrock. I may know someone who could help us get ahead.
Who is that?
A friendly goblin. He wants no part in Ranrock's fight.
A friendly goblin? You know goblins cursed my sister to shut her up. Said she should be seen and not heard.
I do, but not all goblins are...
Not all goblins what? Have you forgotten Feldcroft? Have you forgotten the mine we just went through?
No, Sebastian, I haven't. You're not listening to me.
Why would I listen to someone so ignorant?
Bro.
You don't know what you're saying. Take a breath for a moment.
Oh, I know precisely what I'm saying. Unbelievable.
Damn. Damn, Sebastian. Good lord. Anywho, we did a lot of missions today. We completed a lot. Probably do these on the next episode. And without further ado, that's the end of episode 13. Thank you for tuning into the channel. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. And I'll see you guys all in episode 14. Later.